7 to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8 to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma khanda. Number sorry. Number 9 to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10 to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank you all for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya, Narmada Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvindaksh Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaksh Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the conference call. Hare Krishna, and belated happy birthday to you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Nagaland.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there any other devotees who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Induleka Karna Devidasi from Lincoln. Thank you so much, Mataji, for being so enthusiastic to serve. You came twice this week. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Last week I missed completely, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. This is Sita Priti Devidasi from India.
Hare Krishna, Sita Priti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya. Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya, Narmada Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Guru Devidasi from China.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nanda Priya Narmada Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gauranga. And all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Megha from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Megha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All glories to the wonderful assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sri Sapanishad. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sri Shopanishad Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Are there any other devotees who would like to introduce themselves?
This meeting is being recorded.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sukhakara Krishna Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 18, Sloka number 50. Before handing over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to ask Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu to give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Prabhuji, are you available?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for joining the call, and please take over, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to assembled devotees. This is a very brief introduction for our very dear His Grace Sukhakara Krishna Prabhuji, who I think just joined. His Grace Sukhakara Krishna Prabhuji is a South Indian Brahmin born in Kerala, but is currently residing at Chennai after his retirement. He is a commerce graduate from Kolkata University and professionally chartered accountant as well as a cost and management accountant. He started his spiritual life in Mombasa, Kenya in 1989 and met His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. When he got another assignment in Muscat, Oman, he met his Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu took first initiation from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj in 1993 in Sharjah, starting a ISKCON Yatra, Shamadesh Yatra in Sharjah in 1993 as per the order of Sri Guru Maharaj. He took Brahmanical initiation in 1998 Shamadesh, Sharjah, UAE. As per the order of his spiritual master, Prabhuji started a new yatra in Ajman in 2000 and his Guru Maharaj named it as Shrivas Angan Desh. Until 2009, he was in Sharjah and at that time recommended approximately 2000 initiations to his Guru Maharaj. Hari Bol. Prabhuji knows 18 languages, 12 Indian and 6 foreign languages, which include Hindi, Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada, Marathi, etc. The foreign languages are English, French, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi, etc. All the languages he is using for the worldwide Zoom preaching. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu delivers almost 3 lectures every day on Zoom, preaching all over the world in different languages for the pleasure of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. His objective is to do Jiva Daya by way of selfless preaching all over the world for the pleasure of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga, and attain the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madhav in this very life in order to do more pure devotional services uninterruptedly and eternally. Hari Bol. Very nice introduction. Hare Krishna, Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu. There is one thing that I realize, that when we come to distribute Bhagavad Gita to you, we don't have to ask you language. You know all the languages.
Book distribution will come. I'll be book distribution.
Over to you, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, all Prabhu and Mataji. Balabhadra Kripa Das Prabhu. आप जितना सब पढ़ा, I am not just I wrote. And Nanda Priya Mataji, such a good, warm welcome. And I thank Shamagori Mataji for just giving me a chance to call. And today the Prabhupada appearance day for us. And we are going to discuss the Srimad Bhagavatam which Prabhupada has only explained. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. And I thank Bhakti Sangha is such a fantastic, powerful spiritual organization. There is nothing in the world which can come near Bhakti Sangha. And a day will come when your Zoom will become 1,000. Fir bhi waiting mein rahega. People will be waiting to join. Arey, please, andar chodo. When Amananda Prabhu comes, 100 comes and then people are all waiting. Andar aayega. One day I came and I was inside the tub, everything gone, and again closed, nothing. I called Preeti Mataji, what happened? Don't worry, we'll again open. So I know Bhakti Sangha is such a wonderful organization. We get morning mango juice, Bhagavatam, and afternoon Chaitanya Charitamrita and XYZ, everything. Aimsha Prabhu is such a wonderful small boy. Class 10, but he's going so much all over the world. So today's topic is 6th canto, 18th chapter, 58th verse, 50. So do we normally do Jai Radha Madhava singing or straight away we start? Raj Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, you can sing Jai Radha Madhava. That's very auspicious. The Prabhupada loved
Prabhupada ka bahut, I love that.
Yes, Prabhupada loved that, yeah.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Janavallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Janavallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Yashoda Nandana, Jaya Vraja Janaranjana, Jaya Yashoda Nandana, Jaya Vraja Janaranjana, Jaya Yamuna Tiravana Chari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Yamuna Tiravana Chari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Yamuna Tiravana Chari, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadramai, Jaya Sudarshana. Jagannath Swami, Nayana Pathagami, Bhavatumi. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radha, Shama Sundara Radha, Shama Sundara Radhi. Radha Madhava Radha, Madhava Radhi. Radha Madan Mohana Radha, Madan Mohana Radhi. Jai Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jai Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe. Jai Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Radhe. Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Shyam Hari Radhe. Radhe 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 Amrita Wali Radhe. Radhe 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 Barsane Wali Radhe. Radhe Radhe Vishbhanu Kanya Radhe. Radhe 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 Kitida Kanya Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda Gopal Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda Gopal Radhe. Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai. Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai. Bolo Barsana Vasi ki jai jai jai. Bolo Barsane Wali ki jai 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 jai. Bolo Vrindavana Vasi ki jai jai jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Parivrajaka Chari Astotra Satasri. His Divine Grace Abhaicha Navinda Bhaktivedanta Sripad Maharaj ki jai. गुरु महाराज की जय, अनंत परिवर्त की जय, नामाचार्य ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासिद्ध गौर भक्त की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। मापनद धाम की जगन्नाथ धाम की जय। द्वारका धाम की जय। अयोध्यापुर धाम की जय। गंगा में यमुना की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसीमरन की जय। समवेद भक्तविंद की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। गौर निताई जी की जय। मोत भक्त जगन्नाथ बलदेव लड्डू गोपाल जी की जय। Nitai Gaur Shitana Pranand Hari Bol. All glories to Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Bhakti Sangha devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hari Om Sat. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 18th chapter, 50th verse. No chista sprishta salila sandhyaya mukta murdhaja anarchita samyata vak nasmismita bahischarit. No chista sprishta salila sandhyaya mukta murdhaja anarchita samyata vak nasamvita bahischarit. No chista sprishta salila sandhyayam mukta murdhaja anarchita samyatava nasambhita bahischarit. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Not uchishta after eating, asprishta salila without washing, sandhyayam in the evening, mukta murdhaja with the hair loose, anarchita without ornaments, asamyata vak without being grave, not asambita without being covered, bahihi outside, charet should go. Translation and purport by Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After eating, you should not go out to the street without having washed your mouth, hands and feet. You should not go out unless you are properly decorated with ornaments. You should not leave the house unless you are very grave and sufficiently covered. Purport by Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kashyapa Muni advised his wife not to go out onto the street unless she was well decorated and well dressed. he did not encourage the mini skirts that have now become fashionable. In Oriental civilization, when a woman goes out onto the street, she must be fully covered so that no man will recognize who she is. All these methods are to be accepted for purification. If one takes to Krishna consciousness, one is fully purified and thus remains always transcendental to the contamination of the material world. Hari Om Tat Sat. We'll do the invocation. Om Agyanathimirandasya Gyanan Janashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadhamayam Tatati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamsya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Destarane He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataro Bhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham Karodi Vachalam Pangum Lange Tegirim Etkipat Mamande Shri Gurum Dinatharanam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishram Hari Om Tat Hare Krishna Namo Srimad Srimati Jayapataka Srimati Padanta Hare Krishna, all Prabhus and Matajis. First, let me pay my respectful obeisance to all the Prabhus and Matajis there because Bhakti Sangha is Goloka Vrindavana for me. I find all our fantastic devotees, all are dedicated, all the Matajis, right from Aditi Mataji and Shamagori Mataji. You take everyone. Preeti Vilaski Mataji, everyone. So all the Matajis, Supriya Mataji. So what I find is, please give a blessing so that I will be able to speak out, which will be pleasurable for the Guru and Gauranga, for Radha Krishna, and also there will be purification of my own heart and for the Atma Pravriti for everyone. Thank you. And today's topic, actually, what I could find, this chapter is totally on envy. Because envy is such a thing which is the most dangerous of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are the 6 enemies in the life. Kama is lust, Krodha is anger, Lobha is greed, Moha is illusion, Mada is pride, and Matsarya is envy. Now, all the 6 are really coming against our bhakti. But what Srila Prabhupada has taught us, out of the 6, 5 are which we will be able to offer to Krishna. We will be able to dovetail. I'll tell you how the Kama can be dovetailed. If a Prabhu Mataji gets married, then they do Garbhadan Samskar. So they're doing sexual activities and they're getting the child for the pleasure of the Lord. So that Krishna says, a sex which is done for my pleasure after proper ritualistic happenings, that is me. I am that person. So that is the lust. You can only purify by dovetailing to Krishna. So the lust can be dovetailed. Anger. Hanumanji is the best example. He got angry because Sita Maya was there and then they tried to burn him. So he just burned the whole Lanka with the tail and he came back. So the anger which you are using for the pleasure of the Lord and to protect Ramchandra Bhagwan's wife, Sita Devi. So the anger also is dovetailed. Greed. Greed means normally we somebody is having something, we want a Mercedes Benz, I want a Mercedes Benz. So the greed can be laulyam for Srimad Bhagavatam, laulyam for Vaishnav Seva, laulyam for chanting. So the greed can also be dovetailed in the activities of Krishna. The fourth one, moha, illusion. Illusion is dovetailed. You can see Yashoda Maya, when she is seeing Krishna's mouth, the whole universe, she got bewildered. What is happening? My son is a small boy, and then because of the illusion, because of the Yoga Maya, she forgot. So that also can be dovetailed if you are devoted in the devotion service. And the pride. Srila Prabhupada, when he was coming in big cars and all the flights in the first class, and no, so somebody asked, why are you coming in this? You can come in the economic class. No, why are you coming in the special? He's telling, I am the son of Krishna. My father is, I'm the servant of Krishna. So you will come. My father is having. So he's not pride of himself. So the pride also can be done. But the envy is such a thing which cannot be done. And this chapter is totally on envy. Because Diti Mataji is requesting her husband, Kashyapa Muni, that I must have a son and my son should kill Indra. Why? Because Indra was having full control on Krishna. He used to go to Krishna and cry. Hiranyakashipu was killed because Indra went and requested, Brahma requested. Hiranyaksha was killed. Diti's children in the Satya Yuga and the Dwapar Yuga, again her children. Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Because any Asura comes, Indra will go to Vaikuntha, to Krishna, to the milk ocean. Again in Dwapar Yuga, Dantavakra and Shishupal. So she was very annoyed. She said, I want to do some vrata by which I'll be able to get a son and that son should kill. But what is the problem is, she was very nice with Kashyapa Muni. And Kashyapa Muni's one wife is Diti, other wife is Aditi. And through Aditi, all Adityas are born. Indra, Chandra, Varuna. And Diti is Daityas, all the Asuras are born. So she made Kashyapa happy. She made a situation and he told, what do you want? She said, I want a son who will kill Indra. He got a big shock. But Mahaprabhu says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj says, Amar Bhakta Onek Chatur. The devotees are very intelligent. So he told, yes, you can get a son provided you do a Pumsa Vrit. Pumsavan Vrit, that Vrata is, you have to follow properly. If you follow it properly for 1 year, he brought it to 1 month. But if you make some mistake, some do's and don'ts, you have to follow the do's and don'ts. If you make one mistake, then instead of having a son to kill Indra, that son will become friend of Indra. So it's all Krishna's plan and these are all pastimes. So we will go through now. I just go and give you a background. Now, I will just take you a little behind. Now, in the Chitraketu, between 14 and 17, I'll give a small summary. Today we are studying 18th chapter, 50th verse. And the whole exercise is between 14th chapter to 19th chapter. So between 14th and 19th, the crux of it is Chitraketu, actually Vassasura's, Vritrasura's previous birth was Chitraketu. Chitraketu was a king. And Chitraketu shows his great devotion for Sankarshana because he just meditated in 7 days, he could see Sankarshana. And Sankarshana wanted him to take him back home, back to God. So for that only the whole pastime is coming. So Chitraketu met him and she came out after meeting and she could find Lord Shiva giving a Bhagavatam class and where his wife Parvati is in his lap and Alingan, he is with her in the romantic pose and giving class. And in the class, everybody was there. Narada Muni was there, Brahma was there, Sukadev Goswami, Sudha Goswami, Vyasadev, everybody was there. But they all kept quiet. They were listening. But Chitraketu, after meeting Sankarshana, when he came out, he was a little proud. So he just commented, what is this? You are giving a lecture on renunciation. And now you are with your wife. So Parvati Chitraketu was cursed by Parvati to become an asura in the next life. Because she told him, my son, you don't know how to behave. Vaishnavana Meta Shambho. And you are commenting on him. Brahma is sitting. No, they are not commenting. Sukadev was saying, Brahma, Narada Muni, they are all big Vaishnavas. They could have commented. They didn't comment because Lord Shiva is beyond that. Parvati to become an asura in his next life by humbly accepting the curse. See, the Vaishnavas have big qualities. When some curse comes, no problem, accept. Same thing with Parishit Maharaj, he accepted. So they are not worried. And Chitraketu was knowing that now I will become an asura and I will be killed and I will go back home, back to Godhead. One-way ticket to Golok Vrindavan. So by humbly accepting the curse, he reveals a pure devotee's tolerance. Titiksha Karunaka. Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna. That Sahishnuna is tolerant, as more tolerant than a tree. The tree is tolerant. In the winter, there is freezing ice cold. If you find in US, it will be fully ice. But the people who are below the tree, they will be protected. In the summer months, it will be so hot, it will be burned out. But the people below the tree, they will have shadow. And the rainy season, torrential rains, the whole tree will go. But till the tree is there, it will give protection. So human beings should be more tolerant. So he reveals a pure devotee's tolerance of everything that happens to him as the Lord's mercy, whether he goes to heaven or hell. So becoming a Vritrasura and a demon is actually hellish life, but still he accepted. So this is the summary of 14 to 19. Now, I will just go, the next step is chapter 17, I'll give a summary. Chapter 18 summary, then only you will know 19 what we are going to talk just. So in the 17, one day while flying in the airplane, Chitraketu, after meeting Sankarshana, comes upon Lord Shiva and he sees embracing Parvati Mata in an assembly of Siddhas, Charanas, sages, rishis, all Diggaj Vaishnavas. Seeing Lord Shiva in that situation, Chitraketu loudly laughed. Actually, Prabhupada says, only the Asuras will only laugh like that. If you see, when Ravana also laughed like that, Hiranyakashipu laughs, everybody laughs. So the devotee should not laugh loudly and laugh. Silently. There is an etiquette. There is a respect. So when he laughed like that, Parvati got bewildered. She got annoyed, becomes very angry at him and curses. You are my son. I want to give you dand. I want to give you punishment. And thus Chitraketu is later born as demon Vritrasura. This is the summum bonum of 17th chapter. Now the 18th chapter, what we are going to discuss, what we have discussed, only 50 verses have come, only 6 verses are left. Here Ditima, the mother of all the Asuras, Daityas, performs a Pumsavana Vrata to get a son who can kill Indra. One day Indra happens to see her deviating from the devotional service because some rules Kashyap Muni has given, and Indra came to watch what she's doing. And when she has broken the rule, Indra enters in the womb of Diti, it will come later, and cuts her son into 49 parts. But since she was following devotional service, in this way, the 49 kinds of air knois, Maruta, they call Maruts, appeared. But because Diti was performing Vaishnava rituals, all the sons becomes Vaishnavas. So Kashyapa was only praying for that. Kashyapani was praying that she's not going to demon, and he doesn't want to his son Indra to be killed. Indra is the Devadi Deva. He's the king of all the Devas. And we should never tell anything about Indra, Brahma Vimohan Leela. These are all Krishna's plans. We should not comment, oh, Indra is bad. But then he wanted to glorify Krishna by doing this. Krishna's plan. So this is the 18th. Now 19th also give a small brief. The Pumsamana Vrata, which is regulated devotional service to Vishnu, is a process by which a husband and wife worship Sri Sri Lakshmi Narayana for obtaining a son. This process is described in detail in chapter 19. That we'll see in the next when it comes. So this we are completed. Now what we will do is, today's verse is 6:18:50. So I will just try to link last 47, 48, 49, what they've told, 50, what we are going to do now, 51 to 56, a small summary, so that you will be able to relish. So 47 to 53, Kashyap Muni instructs the rules of the Pumsavana vows. It is a yajna to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, these are all the do nots, what is not to be done while doing the Vrata. And 52, 53, 54, 55, it is talking about the do's, what is to be done. And up to 64, it will tell about what is the final conclusion. So in the 47, the do nots, what are the do nots? 47, they told about you should not harm anyone. Because Samabhav, 5th chapter, I think 18th or 19th verse, Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavestani Sunicheva Sopa Keche Panditaha Samadarshana. So you should not harm anybody. That means no non-veg, nothing. You should never curse anyone. Kalmui, Marjaye, no cursing. Never speak lies. Dharmam to Shakshat Bhagavan. Dharma is based on only truthfulness. Because the Pandavas were totally truthful, following Dharma, in spite of going so much of trouble, Duryodhan tried to kill them in the house made of all the Mumbatika. And then he tried to kill Bhima with poison, he and Dursasana. And he cheated in the game, dice game, by bringing Shakuni Mama. And he tried to rip over the dress of his Bhabiji, Draupadi. Krishna saved. And finally, they lost. They went to the forest for so many years, 13, 14 years, and 1 year again they had to live in a hidden place, and again came back. Again Krishna went for the Doot, and he said, no, I cannot give in a pin place also. So that's why Dharma will win. And Krishna played nicely that Bhishma is one of the Mahajanas. But still he was the other side, just to prove that even if you're a devotee, if you're telling lies and you're on the wrong side, because he thought in Namak Karam nahi hone ka, I'm that side. So Bhishma proved that in spite of on the other side, he had to suffer in the arrow. And the same way, Vidur, he was always trying to correct his brother Dhritarashtra, but he didn't listen, so he left. So when Krishna was leaving his last pastime, Uddhava, he told, go and tell Vidur I love him so much, he's very close to me. And when Uddhava told, Vidur, I am so fallen. But who is Vidur? He is Yamaraj, he is one of the 12 Mahajanas. He is a Pakka devotee. So these are all the things we know, that wherever there is truthfulness, that's why Bhagavad Gita end. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudharaha, Tatra Se Vijayabhuti, Dhruva, Nitir, Matir, Mama. Wherever there is Yogeshwara Krishna is there, truthfulness is there. Wherever the truthfulness, victory is there. Satyam param dhimahi. They will always win. So, you should not curse anyone. You should not speak lies. You should not cut your nails and hairs. No parlor. Never touch impure things like skulls and bones. This is 47, short. 48, the discussion was, enter the water while bathing. Become angry. You should not become angry. You should not speak or associate with sinful people. You should not wear unwashed clothes. Roj naya kapda pehne ka. Put on garland that has already been worn. Old one, or basi nahi, everything new. 49 is telling, eat food which is, you should never eat food which is left over, that is basi, somebody has eaten. Offer to the goddess Kali. You should offer only to Krishna and you can eat that remnant. That's called prasad. Prasad, the short word is Prabhu ka swad kiya hua avashishta. Pra means Prabhu. Swad means tasted. So whichever prasad means, pra means Prabhu. Swad means Prabhu ka swad kiya hua avashishta ko prasad kehte hain. Any other person taken is not prasad. But if Krishna takes and then you give to goddess Kali, you can take. That is become Maha Prasad. And you should not eat contaminated by flesh or fish. You should not eat bought by a Shudra. You don't know who is buying. You should not, or seen by a woman in her menstrual period. So difficult. That's why Pumsavanvrita was given. And you should not drink water by joining your palms. Not like this. You should not touch. In today's verse, 58th verse, you should not go out on the street without having washed your mouth. You should wash your hands and feet after eating. In the evening, with your hair loose, you should not go with the hair loose, bandh ke jane ka, without being properly decorated. Unless you are very grave, you should not just keep on talking. Grave, talk about related Krishna, don't do Vaishnava aparadh, and are sufficiently covered. And you should be fully covered. So Srila Prabhupada was glorifying Islamic people, though there are a lot of negative things, but they are always covering. The Mataji, they put also burqa. You go to Gulf and all, they will be like this only. So when somebody sees one woman, automatically, because of the three modes, Rajogun and Tamogun, mode of passion and mode of ignorance, you get reflected of your past life or some memories, because the same mind, same intelligence, same false ego is coming from, right from the time you are a plant, you are a tree, you are a creeper, you are a four-legged animal, two-legged animal, and human being now. So sometimes the doggish mentality comes. That's why Prabhupada said, I appreciate. They do namaz and all, wherever they will do, they'll put their mat and do it. So Prabhupada said we have to give credit wherever they are doing. So this is 50. And 51, what is telling? Lie down. That means you should not lie down without having washed both of your feet. In the night, we are supposed to wash your feet nicely and then only sleep. So there are some rules and regulations, Manusamhita. Or without being purified. You must wash. That's why we take bath before sleeping. Some people take once, but 2 minimum Prabhupada are told. With wet feet, you should never sleep. Pair dhoya, with the towel, you remove the water. Or with your head. Head pointed to west or north. See, we always sleep by keeping our head towards east, not on the west. We should never put our head on the north. We can put on the south. Because north, you put the head only when the dead body. Dead body is put south-north. Head will be on the north. So in Tamil, they also say, in Malayalam, they say that Karak means east. You can do it, but not Merk. You should not do on the west on the head. Same like Tekku means south. South you can put, but Vadakku means north. You should not. So these are all the rules and we have to follow actually. And we should not sleep naked. You see the American European and all, they think sleeping naked is I'm feeling fresh, no problem, AC is running, just my kambal is there and naked. So that is not that. When taking bath also, it should not be naked. When you're putting water, there should be, Prabhupada says that the towel, gamcha, he called gamcha. And we should not lie down or with other women. No parastri sangha. Or during the sunrise or sunset. Samsara dava nalalida loka. So you should not sleep after 4 o'clock. We all get up by 3 o'clock. By 4 o'clock we start chanting. And then 6 o'clock, 5:30, some Mangala Arati. And then everything, Sannasima Arati and Tulsi Arati, all this one by one. Then Bhagavatam class, chanting and Bhagavatam class, and then Guru Arati, and then Prasadam. So morning from 4 o'clock to 9:30, all the programs are well done. So you should not lie down after sunrise, and you should not lie down after sunset. That's why they say after 6 o'clock, don't lie down. If you are sleeping at 3, get up by 5 o'clock. After the sunset, you are not supposed to lie down. You can lie down only in the night. The Bhanu Maharaj says you should sleep by 8:45. After 9 o'clock, any Vaishnava sleeping, he is not able to follow what Prabhupada said. But our classes and all go at only by 10 o'clock. So Guru Maharaj said at least 10 o'clock you sleep. 6 hours you have to sleep, 10 to 4, 6 hours. But in the night, people have to watch mobile and WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram and Pistagram and Gustagram until 12, 12:31. And then, why? Because there's a logic behind it. We should sleep, we should eat our dinner before 7. It's very difficult because people come from office only by 9 o'clock. So devotees, Bhanu Maharaj said, by 9 o'clock you should finish the dinner. By 8 o'clock you should finish the dinner, and 9 o'clock you should sleep. Why? Because after dinner, it takes 3 hours for the machine, for the liver and digestion system and all. So if you sleep at 12 o'clock, till 3 o'clock, the machine, dagadak, it will be doing digestion. So when you want to get up at 4, you'll be lying down. Then you know what you're saying. So that will become all mechanical chanting. So you have to sleep, get up at 4, and then sleep by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, 10 to 4, 6 hours sleep, good sleep, get up at 4. If you are lying down after 6 o'clock, you are Asura. That's why Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha were born, because Diti wanted to have union and sex at 6 o'clock. Kashipuni said, no, I will do it after 9. No, I want now. All my sisters having children, I don't have children, I want now. He said, oh, then you have to face the consequence. So when Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha came, she was worried what to do. Now they are all Asuras. So 100 years she was keeping inside the womb. 100 years. So these are all the don'ts. Now, without the do's comes in 52, 53, 54. In the 52, it's telling worshipping of cows, worshipping of Brahmana, worshipping of Lakshmi and Narayana. This has been told that Go Vipram Sriyam Achyutam. Go means cow. Vipram means Brahmana, Vipra. Sriyam means Lakshmi Devi. Achyutam means Achyutam Keshavam, there is Krishna. And the next one, 53, is telling worship woman. That's why we say Mataji. Veeravati. Veeravati means you have to worship woman. And worship her husband. If the husband is a devotee, the wife should worship. Because husband was the first guru for the wife. So that is called a Koshtagatam. Worshipping husband. And in the 54 is telling about the result. If 1 year you follow all these do's and don'ts, above the sun will come to kill Indra. But Kashimani was intelligent. He told Sakraha. Sakraha means one is we can kill Indra. Other meaning of Sakraha means follower of Indra also. Double meaning. One is killer of Indra, one is follower of Indra. The second one came correct. So between 55 and 64, I will give the short birth of 49 Marutas. And in 55, Diti agreed to do the Pumsavan Vrata. And in 56, Indra served her. Indra said, I will come and serve you. You are my Mausi. Like that he went. But when she made a mistake, immediately went inside and made 49 pieces. So this is the sum and bonum. So now we will go in depth. So we have completed the whole thing. We'll go step by step. So the theme of the topic for today, the devotee is not envious of anyone. We should not be envious about anybody. Because envy we cannot dovetail. So we just had this Balram Jayanti. Balram Jayanti, in short, before Balram, 6 children were killed by Kamsa. Because when the first child was born, when Vasudeva went and gave it to Kamsa, he said, only your 8th child you give away, keep this child, go. Narada Muni came, no. You should not, because he just showed 8 lotus flowers. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He just moved that. Which is 1, which is 6. So he said, it can be anyone, can be the 8th one. So he said, bring back. So the first child, how it was killed? The head was hit in the wall, tuck, dead, tuck, dead, tuck, dead, tuck, dead, tuck, dead, tuck. 6 children dead. So the 6th son dead for Devaki is 6 anarthas. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madaha, Matsarya. These are the 6. In English, if you say Kama means lust, Krodha means anger, Lobha means greed. So Trividam Naraka eva, that is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, these are all the 3 gates which will open for hellish planet. So Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. Moha means illusion. Mada means pride. Matsarya means envy. So I told you the 5 can be dovetailed, but the 6th one, envy is not possible. So Balramji came because the 6 children dead were Devaki's 6 anarthas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All the children were dead because Devaki never wanted Kamsa to come, because Kamsa is a personification of all the 6. All the asuras have all the 6. So what we learn is we should always keep away from the 6 anarthas, and we should keep away. We should always think of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. By reading Bhagavatam, Krishna Katha, association, we should forcefully stop. When something comes, Anukulesya Sankalpa, Pratikulesya Varjanam, Kama, Krodha, Lobha will take us to hellish planet. We want to go to Goloka planet. So these 6 things, Balrama, what he did, when the 6 were killed, she didn't want to have the 6 gone. So now actually Devaki was clean. And Balrama came to make it pakka so that Krishna can come. So we should also keep our heart clean by driving out all the 6 things, especially the envy can be clean, provided we pray to Balrama. Balrama is Nitai, Gaur, Nita, and there's Balram. And Gauranga is, if you call Gaura, we'll get Radha Prabhu, Gaudiya Bhatt. So if you call Gaura, we get Radha Krishna. And to get Gaura, you call Nitai. And Nitai is Balram. And Nitai you can get through Prabhupada. Through Prabhupada down our Guru Maharaj. So we have to tell our Guru Maharaj, all the other Gurus take the blessing, all the Vaishnavas and our Varga. That is, above Prabhupada is Bhakti Siddhartha Thakur, then Gaura Kishore Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, then Jagannath Babaji, then Vishwanath Chakri Thakur, and Baladev Vidyabhushan, all are there. So we should understand that we can only get the blessing because Bhakti Thakur, the 7th Goswami. So if you have to pray every day to Balaram, please, the way you removed in Devaki's all the 6 anarthas, please let me also become free so that Krishna can come to the heart. Because we know the song, Mama Mana Mandire Raho Nishidhi Krishna Murari Si Krishna Murari. Then only Bhakti Preeti Mala Chandan Tumi Niyo He Niyo Chitanandan Jibana Marana Tobe Puja Nibedan Sundar He Monohari Esho Nanda Kumar, Esho Nanda Kumar, Abe Premo Prodipe, Arotiko Tomar, Noyone Jomuna, Jore Onibar, तुम्हारो भी रहे गिरिधारी Krishna Murari, Sri Krishna Murari. So we should every day pray to Balramji that please, I know so many lives I've taken. I got Kama Krodha, I've got in the mind so many recorded things. Please delete. And Balrama will do it. And why Balrama left Devaki and went to Rohini? Because he has made it clean. If Balram waits for Devaki to deliver, it will take again 9 months. After that, Krishna has to come and again 9 months. So he didn't want Balram and Krishna so many difference. He made the things clean. Krishna came. Krishna was born 1 week, 2 weeks later. Balram was born 2 weeks earlier to Rohini month. So the test tube baby was there from that time. So we should come to Balram. And also Prabhupada said we should every day when you take bath, we must worship Tulsi Maharani. Because Tulsi is Tulsi Kalyani. Tulsi is called Hari Priya. Namo Nama Tulasi Krishna Priyasi Namo Nama Jeto Mara Sharanaloi Tara Vancha Purna Hoi Kripa Kori Koro Tare Vrindavanaba Jeto Mara Sharanaloi, whoever takes Sharanagati of Tulsi Maharani, Tara Vancha, all your spiritual desires you can fulfill. Kripa Kori Koro Tare Vrindavanaba. If you want to go Loka, you pray, she will do it. She is always in the Charana, Hari Charana. Tulsi will be always in the lotus feet of Krishna. That's why when the gopis, when Krishna left, they will go, hey, Tulsi Kalyani, where Krishna has gone? See if they go to the right side, because she is always sitting on the lotus feet of Krishna. Go on this side, go on that side. So Tulsi Kalyani we should pray. And after taking bath, you must do for 4 time circumambulation. We do for 4 for our Guru Maharaj also. And you should do the Tulsi song, Arati, and offer flowers and all. And take Tulsi and give it in the lotus feet of Krishna, and you can give in the hand of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who will offer it to Krishna. And you have to every day worship 6 Goswamis. Because the 6 Goswamis, if you see, Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, Echai Goshai Kori Charana Bandhan, Radha Krishna Vigna Jetoma Shirupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Echai Goshai Kori Charana Bandhan Vignanas. So all the Vigna will be, all the 6 things will be removed if 6 Goswamis sanctions it. They're all Manjaris. Jaha hoite Vignanas Abhishta Puran. All the Vigna will be removed if you worship every day 6 Goswamis. So 6 Goswamis should remember while taking bath. And now Rupa Goswamis, and now Tulsi, Antargata Tulsi gave a good speech on the Rupa Goswamis. So they are all Manjaris, Rupa Manjari, Nayana Manjari, Ananga Manjari. So the 6 Goswamis are wonderful. And 6 Goswamis, what they will do is, they will remove the 6 Kam, Krodh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, and they will give the 6 opulence of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada quotes, no? Aisajjasya samagasya bijasya jasasasya jnana vairagasya sarvati mahangana. This is way I'm not trying to mock him. I'm just telling that comes on the ears. Aisajjasya samagasya bijasya jasasasya jnana vairagasya sarvati mahangana. That is Aishwaryasya. Aishwarya means opulence, richness, powerful, most beautiful, most knowledgeable, most wisdom, most renunciant. So when you pray to 6 Goswamis, he will remove all the vignas and he'll bring all the opulences which is required for devotional service for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. So while taking bath, you should also think of Ganga. Ganga cha Yamuna cha Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jale Yasmin Thannidim Kurubi. These are all required. If you do these things properly, you can see your spiritual life will advance. And advancement of spiritual life, what is the signature? How do you count? When you are not getting attracted to the family attachment, all sense gratification, when the interest will go down, that means you know that the taste is increasing here. I'll tell you what happens while chanting. We find we are doing so many multi-activities. while chanting, there are 25 types of inattentiveness coming. One is, I'll tell you in short, driving japa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You are driving with the hand and Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, and you are having put on gear and all and mirror. Actually, you have to see the mirror inside. Cheto Darpana, but you are seeing. So Prabhupada says that you should chant the 16 rounds sitting in one place. The balance you want to chant, don't drive with bead, because then the accident will happen. You can have a clicker, small clicker. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Or no clicker, you can just chant and put in the finger. So, no driving chanting. The second one is newspaper japa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Oh, Stalin's son, what he has written like this? Udayanidhi Maran, oh. He has written that the Hindu Sanatana should be removed, just like corona and malaria. You can, actually we don't read newspaper, but headlines you can watch, but not while chanting. You'll be watching and telling, oh, so many rapes in Assam. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. No multitasking. The third one, no sightseeing japa chanting. See, Prabhupada went in the park because he was a pure devotee. But here you will go and chant Hare Krishna. 4 o'clock you go. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then Mataji comes at 5 o'clock. Today she has not come. What happened, Hare Krishna? Maybe she's sick. I will chant for her. Hare, you chant for yourself, not for the Mataji. So sightseeing japa and all will not do. You can chant 16 rounds and then you can walk and chant. While walking you can chant. But the 16 minimum should be fully attentive chanting. And then you should be totally be begging to Radharani to get seva and then absorb chanting. That can come only by doing a prayer. Before you start chanting, you have to pray, Krishna, please try to protect me. Protection. How the protection comes? Srila Prabhupada says, chant like a small baby, like a baby crying to the mother. So if the baby is crying, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy is in the kitchen. She comes and says, okay, don't cry. I'll give you a feeding bottle. The child will drink. Out of them, Mommy, Mommy. Mommy will come again. What happened? Take this toy. Tick, 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 tick. Mommy. Then Mommy will come. Okay, I'll take in the lap. When Mommy comes, then he is happy. Similarly, when you do chanting, Krishna may give you a nice promotion, big building, villa. Villa I got. Chanting बाद में करेगा थोड़ा आराम करेगा ना अरे I already 6 year old 6 year chanting हो गया so you should not forget this like mummy crying mummy give feeding bottle Krishna gave this Krishna will give you some Mercedes-Benz car अरे Mercedes-Benz गाड़ी आ गया चलो अभी picnic चलेंगे you can use it but our basic things we are crying not for getting material things we are crying to go to Srimati Radharani and Krishna and serve there in the Golok Vrindavan. So we should not do the sightseeing japa chanting. And so one is we have to pray in the beginning, and suppose in between you're feeling little, the mind is going somewhere, you can put some nice kirtans, not film, kirtans. Hare Krishna, some Krishna, and then again come back and chant. Or you do the prayers, go to Krishna. Krishna, 4 rounds, I could hear 3 rounds, but 1 round I didn't listen. Please help me. Radharani, please help me. 6, Goswami, help me. Now, Gaurnitai, you are there, you will come. And then in the end, you should say, today out of 16 rounds, 2 rounds, I was listening something. Balance, I am trying to listen, but like that, every day you should do prayers. The second one is, you should know why you are chanting. The goal of chanting is to get seva. You should beg. The seva you will get, Vaishnava seva you can get, provided you go and serve the Vaishnavas who has already got the ruchi of chanting, who are already beyond the aparadnam. They are already in the namabhas, then the shuddhanam. If you serve them, you will also get the same shuddhanam. Third level is, you should do jivdaya. Krishna says in 18th chapter, whoever will go and preach my messages all over the world, they are the best for me. So, you must do jivdaya. You should think they are all children of Krishna. We cannot think that my daughter, my son-in-law will be okay. Everybody is our family. Whole Bhakti Sangha is our family. So whatever I know, I may be a small squirrel, like in the Ramayana, So I will bring little mud and put it. We'll put it. So we should be humble enough, not proud, but pray for everybody. Because we find everybody in the Bhakti Sangha, I find so wonderful. Again, everybody is putting a video of, I don't understand. We are not impersonalists, we are personalists. So we should have the guts to open and watch. No. Why? That a habit is always ban karo. Then you can lie down and watch. Nobody knows what you're doing. So sometimes they say, I'm cooking. Cooking also, we can see now what cooking is going on. Oh, nicely, Mata is cooking some malpoa for Prabhupada's appearance day, like that. You should always keep the video open because that is a wrong attitude and that is not good. The speaker loses. अभी मैं आधा घंटा 1 घंटा बात किया कोई बात दिखाई नहीं सब लोग बंद everything closed. This is not good actually. You feel very sad because it is not that we are rakshasas that we are waiting to watch you. No, just some sort of feeling happy that somebody think opened it because since everybody is closing, others also closing. Usne band kiya, main bhi band kiya. Somebody opened also closed. Actually, Ayan Shah was open, but seeing everybody close, he also closed because he thinks. No, then they will shout at me, I should not open. No, nothing. You should open and because then only there will be, when I see Antaranga Mataji, I feel, Rupa Goswami is specialist. By seeing her, I should also do well. Like that, you are getting motivation. That you are all Bhakti Sanghas, you are all Diggaj Vaishnavas, you are all Manjaris. So what is the problem in watching? And the fourth type of inattentive chanting happens in radar japa chanting. Then you go to temple and billboard you're watching. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram. Oh, Janmashtami, who is giving speech? Okay. He's a good speaker. Hare, you are doing chanting and you're talking so many things. And the next one is called Prajalpa chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. आज लंच के लिए क्या है? आलू पराठा. Okay. कुछ स्वीट भी बना लो ना. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. If you want to talk, keep the bead back and talk, and then take the bead back and chant. Not do together. And sometimes the child will be crying, Papa, please help me. No, I got 8 more rounds to chant. I cannot help you. Where there is help required, you can keep the bag and do and then do it. So Prajalpa chanting. And next one is machine gun japa. One devotee said, in 4 to 5 minutes I finished. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram. Just some sound is coming, not so. When you tell him to chant properly, 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Then how that 4 minutes? No, makhan jaisa ho jata hai. Makhan jaisa kyun hota hai? Because you are missing somewhere. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare. Not clearly telling. Even if you have been fast, our Guru Maharaj chant fast. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So best thing is to divide the chanting in 4 parts. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Then mistake won't come. If you're doing together, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare, only one Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama. Because habit, habit is majboor. And sometimes somebody chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, not telling. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. What Hare? Ra became Am. So that machine gun japa chanting should be curtailed. Minimum 7 minutes to 7.5 minutes, Guru Maharaj told. But 6 minutes also, but less than 5 minutes means there is something going wrong. And the next biggest problem is cell japa chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Ha, bolo. Kitna, आज kitna profit, kitna bottom line, kitna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. And with this one finger, Krishna told to give, you do all, whatever you likes and dislikes and this and that. So this finger is really making danger. Actually, the rule should be changed to put all the finger inside. Because you're doing all work in the WhatsApp and then doing chanting. Because this finger is there, no? Tick, 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 tick. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. The likes, kisko forward karna, all you're doing while chanting. So, this is very sad. The next one is dive bomb japa. That is, you are watching TV till 12 o'clock, or your WhatsApp, you got 300 messages, you're clearing till 12, 1 o'clock, and getting them at 4 o'clock. You fall down. Then you don't know where you're done. Again, you fall down. That's why Bhaktivinoda Saraswati told, his guru told to put his shika on the tree. So when you fall down, the hair will come out. So this dive japa chanting because in the night you have not slept properly. The next one is cooking chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Mata is cooking from the Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Today besan ka laddu, Hare Krishna. You can cook for Krishna and talk, but 16 malas should not be with cooking. Sometimes Mataji will go cleaning of the room. When cockroach is killed, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So that cleaning chanting is other than the 16. So Mataji has no time. 4 malas before breakfast, 4 malas before lunch, 4 malas evening, and 4 malas before sleep. But along with jhadu and all, you should not chant. Then cleaning japa, while the Mataji is doing shopping mall. हाँ कपड़े का कितना पैसा हो साड़ी के लिए 2000 2 hours in mall and 16 वाला हो गया. Should not do that. That rounds are extra. That 416 should be in the house in front of the deities or near Tulsi Maharani. And somebody will do to-do list. One person is having left-hander. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Today I have to go in the evening. I have to collect that one. And morning I have to go this full list you are making while chanting. Then internet interface, Facebook chanting, Snapshot, Thread, Instagram, Google, all this you'll do while doing chanting. This becomes the 10th offense to continue material harassment even after hearing so many incidents of Garaj. It's also offensive in a team while chanting. Movie japa chanting. You are watching Sholay movie and Hare, kitne aadmi the? Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Oh, dostana. Bani chahe dushman. If you want to watch movie, watch Bhakta Prahlad or watch Dhruva Charitra. Not film movies. Film are abandoned because Bhakti Maharaj says if you watch while in the flight also some movie comes, if you watch that Aishwarya Rai will come while chanting. First of all, movie and this one serial should not be watched. Serial will watch. I only watch one serial movie, only one serial. I want to know that she will get divorced or not. Are apna life mein divorce and you're talking about that. We should not get divorced with Krishna. We are divorced and come here. And then skipper japa. That is, you are doing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and two times your mood. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That means you are chanting only 54 times and you are telling 108 over. It's called skipper japa chanting. इसलिए 3 minutes में हो जाता है. Then mini mantra japa. Here what we'll do is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, will not chant Ram Ram. Ram Ram. What Ram Ram? नहीं मैं पूरा दूसरा अंदर में बोल देता हूँ मैं राम राम बोलता हूँ. No skip, no mini mantra chanting and all. You should chant fully. And the other one is called Rama Japa chanting. That is Ram, you'll tell Am. Next one is interruption chanting. Going out and then doing something and coming back. So you did some work and came back. You have done only 25 beats and 75 left out. When you came back, you said, "Main 75 kiya hai, 25 baki hai." So you are cheating yourself. So what Prabhupada says, if you want to do other work, you finish and go. Don't go in the middle. Or you start from the first. You should not take, I have done half, I have done. And the next one is Nix Ram Ram chanting. Nix Ram Ram. Nix Ram Ram. And somebody will not make any sound. Shh, shh. If for talking, so much sound. But for chanting, no sound. Shoo. They'll become snakes in the next life, Prabhupada said. They'll become snakes. Clicker japa chanting. मैं clicker में कर लेता हूँ. Clicker is extra. 16 rounds will be the bead. There's no doubt. And actually, one Radhanath Madhav, one disciple said, temple devotees who are doing full temple work, 16 okay. For Grahasthas outside or Brahmachari outside, 20 rounds. Because we are not full-time work, no. 20 rounds. And crazy japa chanting. That is, you are not knowing what, you are sleeping while chanting, and then you said, I finished 16 rounds in 1 hour. Because half the time you were sleeping, only it was rolling without sound. And HB class japa. You know, there may be somebody who is also chanting there down. Katha also. So, Prabhupada says, you cannot take bath and have lunch. Only one at a time. So, if you don't want to hear the chanting, no, Bhagavatam, you can go and chant outside. Or you keep the chanting beat, listen to the Bhagavatam class and tell it. Some people will read Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam class and chant also. 3 things at one time. These are all, that is why our chanting is not becoming effective. And other one is Kirtan Japa. I like to hear Kirtan and Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You have heard the song for 1 hour? Sola mala ho gya bas. Kirtan separate and japa separate. And tape japa chanting. Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Prabhupada is chanting karke Prabhupada. So you have to listen your japa, no, not Prabhupada japa. So if you want to chant with japa, put Prabhupada, but you chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. You can chant like Prabhupada, but you must hear your sound. Or you think Prabhupada perfect chant, acha chant kiya. Hare, Prabhupada is pure devotee. And another inattentive chant. You are doing group chanting. He is doing Radha Rupa chanting, Radha Japa. He is doing walk chanting, sightseeing chanting. You are missing. So you are already inattentive because you are watching others. So to stop this, you must do a pratana. Pratana is the salt. Without the salt, the prasadam won't come out. In the middle you pray, in the end you pray, and know it. Actually, 3 things Guru Maharaj says. Strong morning japa, strong sadhana, and Mangalarati, and no Vaishnava aparat. If these 3 things are done, automatically you will be in the proper, you will definitely grow higher nicely. Sorry, I took so much time in this. Sorry. So, coming back to our topic, how to remove the envy. So, if the rules are not followed, the sun will become friendly to Indra. He told that if you don't follow all these rules, what I told, then your sun will become friendly to Indra. So, strict guidelines. The truth, you should be truthful, not careless anytime with anybody. Because Krishna consciousness means truthfulness. Even if you have done anything wrong, tell. Then Krishna will take care. How to become a proper Vaishnava and Vaishnavi. That is the most important in the Pumsavan. Never be envious of anyone. We make plans, envy. Ye mera dushman hai, ye mera friend hai. Everybody is Mame Vamsa Jiv. Like everybody is a friend. Ajat Satru, like Vishra, you should have no enemy. In the material world, all are envious of others. In the spiritual world, spiritual life, Prahlada, he was not envious of his father. He was doing all punishment to him. Put in the oil, put in the fire, put in the water. He was Nirantar chanting. He told to teach. Hiranyakashipu told, teach my son diplomacy. But devotee means diplomacy is not that. Diplomacy means double game. But devotee should be simple living and high thinking. So, Krishna says, Suhurdam Sarva Bhutana in 5.29 Bhagavad Gita. So, you should have no enemy. Prahlada had no enemy at all. Asuras, his father, everybody was his friend. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you see the son-in-law, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, actually he was not believing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But afterwards, when one day he went to Jagannath Puri from Mayapur, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he wanted to teach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all the Vedanta and all. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like a normal boy, was listening. 6 days he told, I am teaching you. Are you understanding? Can you tell what I taught? He told, first day you did this was wrong, this is right. When he heard everything, then he knew that, oh, this is not a normal boy. This is a great Supreme Lord. Then he surrendered. He became a devotee. Now, they were inviting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch in various houses in Jagannath Puri. So, Sarva Bhattacharya, his wife, invited. But his brother-in-law, his wife's brother, Amoga Prabhu, he was very envious of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he was not able to accept that he is such a great devotee. So, one day they called for some good prasadam. Chappan Bhog was made and everything Mahaprabhu was eating. And Sarva Bhattacharya was standing on the door so that his son-in-law won't come. He was standing like this. He came below and came inside and said, what is this, Mahaprabhu? You are a sannyasi and eating so much, relishing so much. Atyahara prayasasya prajalpo niyamagra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, I'm making a mistake. I'm sannyasa. So I promise, from now I will eat only 1/6 of what I'm eating. 1/6. That means if he is eating 6 chapatis, from now I will eat only 1 chapati. And Prabhupada has told the rule for Vaishnavas. Suppose we have got a capacity to eat 8 chapatis, we must eat only 4. And for the 2 chapatis, we must drink water. And the balance 2 chapatis, we can leave it blank. Then only the digestion will be easier. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started eating less. After 1 month, again they called and they made some 4-5 items only. Rice, and Mahaprabhu likes shark very much. He likes this. So, again Amoga came and Mahaprabhu was eating only little, only 1 puri. And what is this? You're showing off show bottle philosophy? You're eating so less. How will you keep the body and soul together? Don't show off like this. Eat properly. Like that he was shouting. And Mahaprabhu said, okay. See, proper Vaishnava behavior. And Sarva Bhattacharya will kill him. And his wife said, no, he's my brother, don't kill him. Within 3 days, he got cholera. And he was so serious. So, his uncle, he immediately went to Mahaprabhu and said that my nephew is in serious, Gopinath Acharya. And Mahaprabhu came running. He said, what happened, Amoga? Amoga said, I know I done so much aparad for you. I was so much envious. Please bless me. He just touched his hand on his body. Immediately the cholera went away. And he jumped, ecstatically danced and chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Full envy gone and became a pure devotee. Sarva Bhattacharya said that Mahaprabhu, why did you save him? He is such a bad fellow. He is such a sinful fellow. Because he is your brother-in-law, I did it. So in the spiritual life, it is, if you are a good devotee, others also will get the benefit of you being their relative. So we have to always pray for our people. Even if they're not chanting, just pray that they chant. So Krishna will listen. So like this is the clear case of enviousness, envy. So Mahaprabhu somehow saved him. There is another story also in Chaitanya is full of envy story. So there is one Brahmana was there. So that Brahmana, he was again not liking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu having kirtans in Srivas Thakur house, Srivas Pandit. So he just took all those Devi, Durga Devis, all things and all, he kept in front of Srivas Thakur house. And he told he is not a Krishna devotee, he is a Durga devotee. Srivas Thakur said, yes, I am a Durga devotee only. Because the devotees will never revolt. And then Mahaprabhu came and nobody believed that he's a Durga devotee. And he got the disease. He got leprosy. And he went to Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu said, I cannot help you. You have done so much bad for Srivas Thakur, I cannot help. He said, go and fall at the feet of Srivas Thakur. So he fell at the feet of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur says that you didn't do anything wrong. Same thing was told by Ambarish Maharaj. When Durvasa Muni did so much and came back, you are a great Vaishnava, Durvasa Muni. He is the incarnation of Lord Shiva. So the Brahman begged forgiveness to Srivas Thakur, the devotees, compassion mind, he became okay. So envy, if it has to go, means we have to fall at the feet. So we should never have enviousness, not only with devotees, with anybody. Why? Because everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna. Everybody is a child of Krishna. So how can I hate a Pakistani or a European or anything? Only this outer cover we are, but otherwise our Atma is same. It is even an animal, dog also the same. Last week I told my grandson that everybody is same. So he was coming from the airport. He went with my son-in-law for a class and he did the full online digital coaching. And when the dog said, he just, Hare Krishna, he just touched the dog and the dog bitten on the hand. I said, who told you to touch the dog? You can only pray inside the heart with the dog and the elephant and all. We should pray pranam to the Paramatma. When you're doing that, the same thing Shiva also did. Actually, he was meditating on Sankarshana. And then when he was meditating, he had already prayed to the Paramatma of everybody. So he has respected Daksha. But still Daksha could not understand. The fourth canto, Daksha could not understand. And he said no, and then Dakshani has to kill herself and all. So these are all, Daksha was also envious of Lord Shiva. But Prabhupada says, you should never hate Daksha, we should not comment. These are all Krishna's plan. Krishna will do even wrong thing, killing Asura, he wants devotee only, he will not kill us. Purified people only they will do. So we can see the Durvasa Muni also, he was trying to play. And Durvasa Muni, one important point is, actually Lord Krishna has left Sudarshan Chakra around Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was so great. Savai Mana Krishna Padar Bindayor Vachanti Vaikunta Gunano Vandane Hare Mandir. In that sloka it says that he was using all his senses. Eyes for seeing Krishna, nose for smelling Tulsi offered to the Lord, ears for hearing Bhagavad Katha and hearing chanting, mouth for chanting and delivering Bhagavad Katha and Jivadaya, and eating only Krishna Prasad. Yesterday I was asking the question to Bhakti Dil Damodar Maharaj. Sometimes I go out and I feel hot and drink juice. He said, no, you're not supposed to drink. You should carry water bottle and you can drink. So that's a lesson. So every day we are learning. Sometimes we go and sometimes have some chips and all. So said, if you really want to honor, only prasadam, wherever. But if you're somewhere outside and you're nobody there to cook and all, you can just offer some fruits and say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu and eat. But he told, don't go to anybody's house and eat anything because they may be vegetarians, but if they're not offered, if the consciousness is bad, somebody making dosa. So he's just telling of something to kill somebody and that conscience will go and it'll go inside your body. So Maharaj said, when you go out some houses and all, don't take fried item, no rice, no nothing. Just drink water and say, today upwas. Mera ghar mein upwas hai. If he is forcing, take only fruits. That's all. So Durvasa Muni also, then so when he went finally to Vaikunta, then Vishnu is telling, I cannot help you. You have to go to Durvasa. So the Sudarshan Chakra was near him only. It didn't come from the top. It was left. The pure devotees, Krishna arranges for Ambarish Maharaja. The Sudarshan Chakra was around. Anybody doing wrong, it will immediately attack. Then, because Durvasa wanted to kill him, he created a demand. So envy can be removed by spiritual advancement. We seek blessings from Guru and for other Vaishnavas. Envy. If someone is making spiritual advancement, we must encourage and we must glorify. We must pray for him and we should not envy him because Prabhupada says the whole thing is like a tree and we are all part of the tree. You may be one leaf, I may be another leaf, and then everything is part of the tree. And the root is Krishna. So whoever is offering Bhagavatam Katha or doing anything, cooking, everything goes to root. And when the root gets, automatically it will come to the flower, the fruit, everything. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasmale. On the top, the Bhagavatam is a mango, which is the ripened mango. So we should never have any envy. So if someone is making spiritual advancement, we must encourage. And as per 15:7, Mame Vamsa Jivloke, Krishna says that everybody is part of parcel of me. So only because of the mind, Manashastra, sixth sense, we are trying to find fault in somebody. So if somebody progresses, when we glorify them, Krishna will say, Are, now he has understood that he is my son, so I will bring him back to my place. Because that chapter 2, Krishna told that we are not the body, we are the soul. Chapter 7, he told everybody is part of me. And constitutional position, Jivar Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. Akali Ishvara Krishna are Savai Bhrito, all are servant only. And so all these things we can understand. Krishna is the Rishikesh. He is the master of all senses. Nothing is for us. Everything belongs to him. Tumi to Thakur, Tumar Kukur, Janiya Balo Mori, Sharboshu Tumar. So everything will offer to Krishna. Everything belongs to him. See, if a treasurer will come to the bank, he will have Deutschmark, he will have euro, he will have pounds, everything he will handle. But in the evening, he will keep it back. Similarly, we are just a treasurer in this life and we have to give it back. Nothing will come with us. So we have no right to enjoy sense gratification, otherwise punishment or more and more birth. 5.29 Bhoktara Megatapasam Sarvalokamayeshwaram Subutam Sarvabhutanam Gyatam. So he is the Bhokta. All the yajnas you do, any Ganapati, any worship, will go to Krishna. Krishna will give it back. 10.8. What is that? Aham Sarvapabhu Matta Sarvapabhu Idimatma Bhajitam Buddha. Krishna is creating spiritual world, material world, all the things belong to him, including the living and non-living. Everywhere Paramatma is there. So we don't have anything with us. So envy comes because we think we are the body. We think we are Iyer, we are Brahman, we are these, we are Chadarakonda, nothing. Sarva Upadi Milan Muktam. So anyone is envious of any person means you are envious of Krishna because everybody belongs to Krishna. Mamai Vamcha. So if you are having envy with anybody, that means you are envying Krishna. And we envied Krishna, we came back here. So Krishna is the tree and we are all jivas, the branch, and Krishna is that. Krishna will take care of the whole tree. Krishna is like the stomach and we are the part of the body. So if someone is doing better devotional service, we must never envy, we must glorify and pray more progress. Then Krishna will also be more happy with us due to our non-enviousness. So he will give us progress in spiritual life. Spiritual competition, Prabhupada says, is good. In the spiritual world, spiritual envy is there, but that is constructive, not destructive. Radharani and Chandravali will be only to give more pleasure to Krishna. So you will surrender. So in the spiritual world, it is constructive and you will become more surrender. But here it is destructive and you will go away from spiritual life. Your spiritual life will get spoiled. Material competition is, in the material world, is destructive with full of envy and losing the spiritual life. So spiritual competition in material world, we must assume and put ourselves in the spiritual world and remember, like we should not become Durvasa, we should not become Diti, we should not become Indra, we should understand the Vritrasura pastimes and we should glorify Krishna and his devotees and pray for others and will know that we have passed the test. Krishna will say that he has understood. He has come out of clutch of Maya. Srila Prabhupada says, Lalita Vishaka also have competition. Radharani Chandravali competition. These are all only for the pleasure of the Lord, not selfish, not for them. So the Kashyapa Muni says you should be truthful. This is one of the 4. No immunity, no gambling, no illicit sex. So no gambling is truthfulness. So that is one most important element. And Bhagavad Gita he wrote as it is because it is truth. Whatever has been told by Krishna is spoken now. So there are 3 levels. Accept Krishna the way Krishna wants, not the way we understand, as it is. And don't give your own interpretations. It becomes a 6th offense to give mundane interpretation. Aparad. Accept Krishna as Arjuna accepted him. Arjuna, no, he told, first chapter, he told so many things. Krishna said, Nanu so chanti pandita, you like a muda. He accepted. Shishastegam Sajimantam. Parishit Maharaj accepted. Sukdev Goswami said, I done mistake, please tell me. So be truthful to the vows accepted while initiating. That is very, very important. Chant 16 rounds. Follow Ekadashi. Follow 4 principles. Serve Guru Maharaj and other Vaishnavas. And read Prabhupada's book minimum 2 hours. No Vaishnava aparadh. these things are all to be followed. Then only we can get out of the envy. The Maya can trick. I am no experienced devotee. So many years I chanted. Now I can chant late, not early in the morning. No. So the rules cannot be bent. Trick of Maya. Truth is in our dealing with others. Present the truth on a palatable way. You have to make it palatable. If you just shout and nobody people will come, Krishna will be on our side if like Arjuna, and he made victory for Arjuna, Pandavas. This is the spiritual thing. The end, when that barbaric saw, he showed that Krishna was only putting arrow. Arjuna was just showing, but everything Krishna, Sudarshan Chakra only killed. So spiritual strength. When Rama and Ravana was fighting, they had so many things, atom bombs and everything, Indrajit. But because Rama and Ravana are truthful, they only know how to put the arrow, and they were truthful. So with the monkeys also they won. So on the other side, only throwing stones and everything. So Krishna's stamp of approval should be Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam. Whatever is as per the Shastra, we should follow. Other thing, reject. Even if done wrong, if you've done wrong, accept your mistake gracefully. Krishna will put his grace on the graceful person. Preaching should be truthfully and palatable way. Srila Prabhupada wrote, truth and beauty. Truth should be spoken in a palatable beauty manner. And Kashyapa says finally, be honest, be truthful. Then you will get a son to kill Indra. What to eat, what not to eat, told everything. How to sleep, how to behave, how to dress, how to cover yourself. Woman to cover material world. Explore this mini skirt those days. Dress properly and covered and grave. And Srila Prabhupada gave example of Oriental society, like the Muslims, they are following everything. They're doing namaz and all, they're playing also namaz. So some good thing we should follow that. And we have no duty. Only Prabhupada taught us Mangalarti, Sandhyarti. So Kashyapa Muni said that women folk should dress the whole body. That's why Prabhupada tells to cover the head. Vedic system, our body is not for sense enjoyment. But materialistic society thinks this human body is only for enjoyment. So Prabhupada says Vedic society is civilized society. Purification is the most important. Purification makes you transcendental. Purity is force. Material world is contaminated society. So India is exposed more. India is doing all wrong things. So Srila Prabhupada says only solution is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness solution is chanting. Because Chaitanya Prabhu said, somebody said, who is a Vaishnava? One who is khaite, shuite, boshite, who is chanting at all times, he is a Param Vaishnava. So Bhagavad Gita, like we have become like lotus. When the lotus is in the kachara, nothing will touch. Like that, we should also be in the material world like lotus. And Srila Prabhupada said we should follow the cat-kitten philosophy. We should become cat-kitten. So that Krishna will come as cat and will nicely take us and take it to Goloka. Cat-rat means Yamaraja will come and kill the rat. Devotee knows how to use material envy in Krishna consciousness. No concoction. Uncontrolled sense gratification will guide a human being to be more and more sense enjoyment, and envy will come. So never follow the illicit sex and things. We should be more and more Krishna conscious and help more people. The more you make other people Krishna consciousness, you will become non-envious. We should be gentlemen and gentlewomen first. First, Manushya Bano. Don't be the doggish mentality. And endeavor to keep body and soul together. Simple living, high thinking. After many lives, we got human body. So a devotee is magnanimous. Why? Because he is making Krishna consciousness selflessly to everybody. So we must become spiritual assistants and make everybody a devotee. So Srila Prabhupada wrote all the purport, all the books are so great. So book distribution is the most important. And chapter 18 says, Bhagavad Gita, one who preaches my message to others, he is very dear to me and I am very dear to them. So these are all the things. So I want to know one sloka I will tell, which is clearly telling that what? See, Yudhishthira is telling, Ahani Ahani Bhutani Gachanti Amnundram. That everybody is dying, but still we will die very late. The more Asarya is Sulavan Bhagavan Nama Jikhvacha Vasavartini Tatapi Narakam Yantim Kim Ascharyam Ataparam. See, Krishna, only two things is very important in our life. One is our Atma never dies. That is eternal. And the chanting, Harinam will never go. It is there internal. So for that, we cannot say, I kept my tongue here, now I have come to Vrindavan, no tongue. It is inside the mouth safe. And you cannot say chanting is such a big mantra, Sahata Shivta, Purusha, Sahata. No, it's not like Purusha Sukta. Just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So Sulavan Bhagavan Nama. Krishna names are so simple. Nam Akari Bodha Nijasarva Sakti. All the 8 verses are connected to chanting only, process by process. And from 4th verse, 5th verse, it is more on constitutional position that I am a servant. Then it is Bhava, and finally Aslistava Padarita. Jikhva Chavashavartini. Jikhva is inside the mouth. Tatapi Narakam Yantim. And Krishna has told, even if called one time, Krishna will never go to Naraka. But many are going to Naraka. So this is what Yudhishthira is telling. Kim Ascharya Atappar. What is the more? So this is one sloka. And the other sloka you must know is that the human body is, with so much difficulty we have got, and we should not waste the chance. If we miss it, this is 11.9.29. 11.9.29. Labdva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante manushyam arthadam anityam apiha dhiraha turnam yateta napatet anumrityu yavan nishreshaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. That is, after many births and deaths, one achieves the human rare form of life, which, although temporary, affords one the opportunity to obtain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, even mosquitoes. They do so much sex that by morning till evening, children born and night they are dead. Whereas Krishna consciousness is possible because dharmo hitesho adhiko vishesho, only for human body. So this 11.9.29, every week once everybody should read. Thank you. I took so much time. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. What a beautiful class, Prabhu. I don't know, Prabhu, how can you, condense all the things in such short time, Prabhu. That's amazing. So, Prabhuji, I made so many points, but it will be so late if I go through the points. It was so beautiful, such a beautiful class, Prabhu, all the japas and everything. One thing that I would like to say, Tulsi Das says, Sab sadhan kar yeh phala sundar, tav pad pankaj preet nirantar. Whatever we should do that we can create love for lotus feet of Krishna and our Guru Maharaj. So, dear Prabhuji, right now, Preeti Vilasini Mataji has some question. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanva Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I don't have a question, but I really wanted to thank Prabhu for such a wonderful class in the morning. Very, very enthusiastic class and covering important points about conquering our anarthas, and also, most importantly, all the tips on chanting. And I was able to see all that I do. Prabhu mentioned.
I am also doing.
I'm doing all of it, Prabhu. So thank you for pointing it out, and I hope to be more guarded next time. I'll remember this class. Thank you very much for your wonderful association and making everybody very, very energetic and enthusiastic in the morning. Your energy rubbed onto everybody. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mataji. All of you are so great. I will serve you whenever you want. I'm your servant. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Very beautiful class, Prabhu. No intervals there. And our Vinita Mataji is there. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. What a beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a energetic class in the morning, because your class is full of enthusiasm. Even though we are not concentrating, but somehow it will go into our brain because of your enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for always encouraging about chanting. Whenever you give class, there is so much of information about chanting, because chanting is the main thing, right? Without chanting, nothing can happen in our life. We cannot become closer to Krishna. The more we chant, the more we remember Krishna, the more we get closer to him. So thank you so much for always remembering us that chanting is very, very important. Very grateful to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. All your blessings. You're all manjaris and gopis in sitting in Golok Vrindavan. I find Bhakti Sangha is Golok Vrindavana. I can see.
Thank you,
Shyama
Prabhu,
Gauri
for
Mataji
your
again.
love. Thank you, Prabhu, for your love for our group. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji, please go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam
Dandot Pranam Mataji.
Very
आपने मुझे
wonderful
chance
class,
दिया.
Prabhuji. Very wonderful class and so
You gave me
many
the chance. I
points.
said thank you.
Very wonderful points like Raj Prabhu say, if we want to mention them, all of them, then it will be so much time, but some few things like you gave the recap of the whole canto itself, like it was really wonderful. And every time some devotees, they come and they go back and tell all the stories, then every time we learn something new from that, and it's a very nice, like we should not be envious of anybody. Even Diti was envious of Indra and she wanted to kill him and like that, but chanting mantra or making some mistakes in the vrata made the whole result opposite. So that's the thing, we should not be envious and nothing will happen when we say like that. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and thank you so much for the chanting thing. It was so funny. we do that all the time, but it's very difficult to concentrate. Whenever we try to concentrate, we get thoughts in the mind, and if we don't get any thoughts in the mind, we go to sleep. That's the thing.
You have to keep trying. Actually, we should see the 25 items. I'll send you the list. You can just see every day once. Kuch na kuch hota hai. Mobile to always
Yes.
in the hand.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your enthusiastic class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity you gave me. I'm very, very thankful. I got a chance to serve. And whatever I told Guru Maharaj Prabhupada spoke, I just copycat.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Can I
Mataji.
sing one song? Radha Raman? Because
We have 2 hand raised. After that, you can sing.
okay.
Everybody is loving your classes, Prabhuji. Aditi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji, you are mute. Mataji, you are on mute. Aditi Mataji.
आपका म्यूट है माताजी, आपका म्यूट है.
Yeah. Okay.
अब म्यूट नहीं है.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Am I
Thank you
audible?
for coming, Mataji. I only requested Mataji, please come. She was busy in some Pune ISKCON. I requested.
ISKCON Pune, yeah, but I thought I should attend your class. I just got off the temple just now. So anyway, belated Vyas Janmashtami to everyone, and happy Vyas Puja today. It's such an important day for all of us today. And you, touched all the, important points. I was noting it down, but I don't remember all of them. So the main thing was to chant, very attentively, which is very important. We get so bewildered, distracted every time we chant. But the more we do the chanting sincerely, the ruchi grows. We progress, in this bhakti life, in a spiritual life. That is my own experience, because even I was like that. Few years ago, there was no ruchi at all, right? When there is no ruchi, so you are just chanting, just for the sake of it. Exactly. Just say hum kaam pe jate hain. So that's how we were doing it. But as you keep chanting sincerely, you get that ruchi and you start relishing. So, the more you chant, you think, no, it's not enough. Let us do more chanting today, right? And being in India, in Pune, in Bharat Desh, I'm so blessed. Like, my chanting has progressed more than it used to be in Canada. I don't know what's the magic in Bharat. But then I won't take much of your time. It's brilliant class. The energy is so high. You keep everybody so alert with your energy, and thank you so much for your association. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
It's for my own purification, I tell. So you're also gaining. It's for my achar and prachar.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Diti Mataji. Very well said. Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Sukhakara Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Thanks to you only got me to Bhakti Sangha. So
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I'm indebted to you.
It's all Krishna's arrangements, Prabhuji. As you were saying in your lecture, everything, whatever is happening is only by the mercy of Lord Shri Krishna. And a belated Janmashtami wishes to you and to all of you. And so the class was really very wonderful, as everyone has covered whatever you said. I just had something in my mind that Maya is very sincere, right? So with Maya is our friend, Mahamaya is our friend, but she is very sincere to the Lord in doing her service to the Lord. But being a friend of her, we are not sincere to the Lord to get away from that Maya. So that's what I was just remembering when you are saying about the chanting. So we have to be very sincere during chanting, but I don't know when that sincerity will come. So, but thank you so much for all the points, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Anita Mataji. Prabhu, I think you missed one japa, Harley Davidson, you know, the motorcycle. Hare
Yeah.
Missed that.
Yeah.
Yes. How can I?
Fast.
Very beautiful class. Harley Davidson japa. It's famous in Canada and US, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, dear devotees, Prabhuji, sorry, you have a Vaishnav song to sing, right, Prabhuji?
Any special comment? Antaranga Tulsi is my dearest daughter. She will know anything you want to expert comments.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. Happy Janmashtami, Vyas Puja to everyone. What can I say, Prabhu? I really felt ashamed after hearing your class about my own chanting and my own spiritual life. Really, Prabhu, we have to improve a lot. And lectures like your lectures, they give me reality check that I should improve. I actually had some questions, but I think the time is too late to ask questions. So I'll directly message you, Prabhu, my question.
It's okay, Mataji, you can ask.
You can ask. Everybody will get the benefit.
Okay. My question was not in relation exactly to the class, Prabhu, but to your verse. So Kashyapa is instructing Diti on all these rules for following the vrata. And we find Bhagavatam or anywhere when it comes to any fasting, any vrata, it is not just about fasting from food grains or worshipping, but there are so many subtle things about cleanliness. You have to wash your feet before getting into the bed, before going to this place, wash your feet. In fact, the mistake Diti does next is she keeps her head in the place where she keeps her feet generally when she sleeps. So very, very subtle things are stressed upon, no? When anything, you explain how in our culture, Indian culture itself, we are taught many of these things already come.
We'll wash and then come clean and then only we'll sleep. Even the Muslims also I find they always before namaz will wash their hand up this and leg and then with the towel and they'll come and sit. Yes. So Prabhupada said you can follow the what. But we are not following, no, we are not Manu Samhita, we are not following. We are just thinking we can just comment it. We don't wash our mouth and sleep down.
So in our culture, but we are taught, like when we come from outside, we have to wash our feet, we should not leave our hair open, hair should not be on the ground. These things are taught to us. But as time is going, it is reducing. And by nature, because these are very subtle things. Like sometimes we feel, no, what is wrong if I don't
wash?
Mataji.
Sorry, am I audible? Yeah. Especially when now we are eating with spoon. So we don't feel that our hand is dirty. That subtle thing is not registering in our mind.
Yeah.
It's very common. People ask, why should I wash my hand? I've eaten with spoon, my hand is not dirty. Actually, Prabhupada's story one is there. He was after Prabhupada ate prasadam, somebody was carrying Prabhupada's juta plate. And in other side, there was something else kept there, which was clean. So he, in one hand, he took the plate of Prabhupada. In other hand, he picked up that and went. And Prabhupada was scolding, you Westerners, you don't know, you don't have any cleanliness. You are holding one side, something which is one hand you're holding clean. So he said, it's two different hands, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, no, it's still connected.
Body, yeah.
This subtle thing, Prabhu, how to keep remembering. You know,
See,
if we see subtly, so many things are there that we should follow actually.
There are many boys that hair cut करके स्नान नहीं करता है. Why to take bath? उधर तो clean हो गया. If you don't take bath, you are muchi only. Suchi has not come.
So how, if we don't follow these subtle cleanliness aspects or subtle things that are recommended in the Shastras, what happens? And how do we keep reminding ourselves to follow all these things? Because sometimes it looks too much. Like, for example, one must not see a Mataji who is having her periods. This even my grandmother has told me. My grandmother has taught me this. But some things look not so practical today, or something looks so... if I tell someone else this, they might even scold me. Why are you speaking such rubbish? So these things, how do we understand how it is related to our spiritual life? And how do we, like follow these things which look so far for us now?
But this is only for the Pumsavan that he told. But Prabhupada he told that even if a menses also, sometimes you cook also, what can be done? The husband is going to office. You cannot leave the deities without food. So because we are chanting properly, we are surrendered, then we get cleaned. Our soul is pure to do. Prabhupada said you can do what can be done. But previously my mother used to sit in one room separately and somebody will go and serve and we don't see her face also for 3 days. I think those things, if you are really a good devotee for chanting and reading Bhagavatam and all, you have to serve Krishna. You cannot leave Krishna. The husband has gone for tour. The Mataji is 3 days outdoors. So she won't give anything to Krishna. So Krishna, what he will do? We need not touch that lady and all for 3 days.
Apart from that part, apart from this thing, there are so many other things about cleanliness that has been discussed. So how do we enforce these things? Like, what happens if one doesn't follow these things? Like, for example, what is wrong if I don't wash my hands after eating with spoon? I feel my hand is still clean. So how do we explain to them that no, you're still dirty? What will happen? I can still chant. I'm still chanting the holy name with the same.
For chanting, actually, Namna Mekari Bodhane, Tattar Pita Niyamita Sparana, it is beyond the Niyam and all. But still, Prabhupada said, Muchi hona acha nahi hai, suchi chahiye. You have to clean. So we have to tell the children, dolo haath, dolo muh, or just with a towel you make it wet, dry. You can imbibe the habits, but it is not so, it is only for the Pumsavan, so many things are told. But we should not put our head on the south, north and west, because dead bodies are only put on the north side. That's why when we sleep also say that bed head ko west mein, east mein rakho or south mein rakho. It can be on west also, but not north. North is only dead bodies are put. But nowadays that also nobody knows, follow nahi karta hai. As long as you are chanting properly and doing regulative principles, Krishna will know and Prabhupada also will know. If you know, follow. If you don't know, every day in the night you tell, I don't know how many things I did, how many menstruation ladies I touched also. You go to office and all, no, we shake hands and all. That's why Prabhupada said, don't shake hands. Hare Krishna Mataji. So we don't have to worry so. We don't have to worry so much about that. Jitna hoga karo, as much as possible.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Beautiful answer. Do our best and then the
Leave the
rest.
rest. Krishna.
Then the Patra Prabhuji is very important. We live in a different yuga and different times. Sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah.
But we can certainly ask sorry to Krishna, and he's very merciful. We all know that. He's not going to pick point our...
That's why every day there should be a prayer time. Night ko sone ke pehle, subah se kya, you can remember what all you did. I told one lies, Krishna, I told one lies.
True, very true, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I don't think there is any more hand raised. Prabhuji, you asked something, you said something about prasad. Hare Krishna, Hindu Mata.
Prasad means pra. Pra means Prabhu. Swad means swad. Prabhu ka swad kya hua? Avashishta ko prasad. Let the word has come.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mataji asked question, so she got the answer. Hare Krishna, Hindu Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu, the Dandavata Pranam. Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna, Hindu
much
Mataji,
for
Dandavata Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
such a wonderful class, Prabhuji. Sorry, I'm not able to be on video. Okay, I'll try. Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I had to drop my son to school, so just on the way out. So that's why. Sorry about that. I'll turn it off. Okay. Prabhuji, thank you so much for this wonderful session today, Prabhu. Always when you come, you fill us with enthusiasm. You inspire us to chant in the right mood, Prabhuji, and you give us so many, practical application tips that would help us in our day-to-day sadhana. So very, very grateful to you, Prabhuji. I don't know, you help us so much in Bhakti Sangha, in our class every day. If the speaker is late, you always are ready to, sing a beautiful bhajan. And today also, every once in a while you will share, and it's so melodious to hear you sing. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, all around, you complete the Srimad Bhagavatam lecture and inspire all of us. This is just the beginning of our day, and you make it wonderful. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. My humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Please accept mine also. I find all the Bhakti Sangha devotees are so powerful. When I see Balabhadra Prabhu, I feel energy. So I feel very happy to have such great devotees. And Lalita Mataji, for Gauranga, Nityananda, she will be waiting. All great Prabhupada disciples. So thank you so much for allowing me to give a class. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. You are an all-rounder, I should say. There is an all-rounder, and then there is cricket, batsman. You're an all-rounder, Prabhuji. All the bhajans, you are very sweet, Prabhu. You are very Vaishnava in all the aspects, Prabhuji. Thank you for being with us, staying with us. Prabhuji, so you still have a bhajan to sing?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind.
Because
Lalita Mataji was there thinking class is ending, but there is still a bhajan, Lalita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
But this will touch your heart. This will touch your heart. I will send you the bhajan to you. And you also listen every day, once morning and night. आपको बहुत change होएगा life में.
Everything of your Prabhu touch our heart. You are the sweet devotee of our group. Please go ahead, Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Well, I agree with you, Prabhu. She is really sweet.
Yes, Momita.
Jyoti Mataji. Always so many good questions she asks. So please bear with me. This song I will send you today to all. Please listen. As soon as you get up in the morning once, पूरा शुद्ध हो जाता है, and रात को before sleeping once. Because Gopala Bhatta Goswami loved this song.
It's like
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thank you for your class, and it was very difficult to take down your notes today. I have missed. I need to hear it again. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Jyoti Mataji. I'm starting.
He's trying to do it like we like to do it, like we want to do it.
Yeah.
He forgot.
Kathaya Hastau Chakarma Sumanas Savapadaryonaha Nrityam Shirastava Vivasa Jagat Pranami Satam Darshani Bhavataruna. It's a Sanskrit song, but you will understand. I'll send the YouTube and send it. सुख दुख ब्रज जन प्रियतम बाल मुकुंदम राधारमणम हरे हरे राधारमणम हरे हरे ब्रज जन प्रियतम बाल मुकुंदम राधारमणम हरे हरे राधारमणम हरे हरे केसर तिलकम कृष्ण वर्णम केसर तिलकम कृष्ण वर्णम राधारमणम हरे हरे राधारमणम हरे हरे ब्रज जन तिलकम बाल मुकुंदम राधारमणम हरे हरे राधारमणम हरे हरे राजतवनमालं रूपरसालं राधारमणं हरे हरे राजतवनमालं रूपरसालं राधारमणं हरे हरे राधारमणं हरे हरे राधारमणं हरे हरे वेणुकृतनादम् आनंद अपारं राधारमणं हरे हरे राधारमणं हरे हरे ब्रज जन प्रियतम बाल मुकुंदम राधारमणं हरे हरे राधारमणं The song will give you so much of peace. Never be unhappy. You'll never be unhappy. You'll be insecure. You can't love me. राधारमण आपको साथ में आ जाएगा. He'll be with you. ऐसे में देखिए ऐसा मिलता. सुंदर हासम अरत विषादम राधारमणं हरे हरे सुंदर मृदुहासम राधा हरे राधारमणं हरे Radha Hare Hare Bhalasi Bhakta Chitta Vasitam Radharaman Hare Hare Radharaman Hare Hare Priyatam Bala Mukundam Radharaman Hare Hare Radharaman Hare Hare. Only two more paragraphs. Sorry, I'm keeping you all waiting. Don't feel bad. I want all of you to get the enjoyment of this. Really awesome. Embrace Prabhu. You can see Sampradaya, but he needs Prabhupada. Radha Radharamanam Hare Hare Radharamanam 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 Hare 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 Radharamanam Hare Hare Bhakta Adi Dina Dayalam Radharamanam Hare Hare Radharamanam Hare Hare Brajajana Priyatam Bala Mukundam Radharamanam Hare Hare Radharamanam. Last paragraph has come. That's only the full lyrics and meaning. Every day they're playing this song. Gopal Gada Gopal's temple. Rabdi also for that. I'm going on 4th of November, 1 week. I want all of you to come. 4 to 12. Bhaktavasalam Rasikanarikam Radharamanam Hare Hare Bhaktavasalam Rasikanarikam Radharamanam Hare 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 Radharamanam Hare Hare Suvecham Dasa Indrecham Radharamanam Hare Radharamanam Hare Hare Bhajana Priyatam Bala Mukundam Radharamanam Hare Hare Radharamani Jai Jai Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani Jai Jai Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani Jai Jai Radharamani Pyaro Jai Jai Radharamani Pyaro Jai Jai Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani 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 Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani Jai Jai 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 Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani only 1 minute बोलना Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani Jai Jai 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 Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani Radharamani Pyaro Radharamani Radharamani ki jai ho.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you
so much. Thank you, dear devotees, for waiting so patiently.
Thank you.
Prabhu, you are a senior devotee, but you have a kid's heart, Prabhu. Your heart is so pure, and Krishna loves that, Prabhu. Thank you for being here.
We are Atma, no, we are not body. I'm 65, but I'm thinking I'm 15-year-old.
I think you are less than 15-year-old, Prabhu, with your heart. How much you love Krishna is unbelievable, Prabhu, unconceivable. I can't understand. So, dear devotees,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for staying with us, and thank you for taking over the call at the last minute. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled devotees and all
Let me pay all of you.
And all the devotees
Vancha.
All the planetary systems. Vancha kalpataru
kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhya evacha patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
namo namaha.
Ananta Kodi Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Bhakti Sangha Bhaktivinoda ki jai ho. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. सबको मिले वृंदावन गौरंगा नित्यानंदा नित्यानंदा गौरंगा
Mataji has something specially for Prabhuji.
नित्यानंदा जय जय श्री राधे श्याम सबको मिले वृंदावन धाम. Thank all of you,
Prabhuji, आपको मिले नवदीप धाम. We all go Vrindavan, but you will go to Navadip Dham. Okay, Prabhuji? Because you are full of chanting, right? You have to go there.
Wherever you say. And then Lalita Mataji, they are really so much when Gauranga just say, Gauranga, they come running.
Lalita Mataji usually comes up when the, Prabhu, when the class is going to end, and Lalita Mataji is there from last 35 minutes thinking, now, but you are taking one more shloka.
Sorry, next time you'll never call me Sukhakara. Next time I'll finish in 1 hour. Hindu Mataji, thank you.
Class one, I think
so much, Prabhuji.
that we
Thank
can go to the yeah. 1 hour.
Now we'll have a class by His Grace Balabhadra Prabhu.
No.
I will send this song to all of you. I'll send a video with the lyrics.
Okay.
You should listen. Thank you.
Okay, dear devotees.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much.
Thank you, dear
Prabhu, for
devotees.
making us laugh and enjoying the class. Hare Krishna.